Lakers coach Phil Jackson, he was talking about returning injured players, and then said Jesus Christ could come back and we still wouldn't have a chance.
Wow. Way to put down the Lord and Savior. Well, I know for a fact Jesus Christ really didn't go to the boards. There was something about him. I don't know whether he was afraid of injury, but he would not mix it up. And you are not going to fucking win unless you're willing to mix it up in that league.
Yeah, he's not going to throw an elbow or anything. It's just not going to happen there.
I don't think it's so much he doesn't want an elbow thrown at him. That's what Phil Jackson was letting on to.
And I wonder if Jesus would even try to win. If he was playing for the Lakers, would he try to win?
What are you saying, Jesus is a loser?
Not a loser, but I mean, he laid down for the Romans. You know, he didn't have to get crucified. He laid down for the Romans. So, I mean, what's going to make him...
You saying he threw an event? Are you saying he threw the game to the Romans?
Yes, I'm totally saying that. That he took a dive.
You don't understand the mythology.
I don't think Jesus is so much a loser, but I think he would take the charge. He would take the...
You honestly think he would set up?
He would totally take the charge.
Of course he would. He took whippings. He took people putting crowns of thorns on him.
Yeah, but for some reason Fez acts like he's a pansy because he didn't fight back.
No, he was very tough. And what people don't realize is he was quite spry. So maybe he's not going to hit the boards. He's going to get you 12 assists. He's going to,
Junkman. He's in there, and you don't even expect it.
Yeah.
He's coming up with the ball.
Yeah, he's tipping. He's doing things. He's like a Dennis Rodman meets Jason Kidd.
And I'll tell you something else about Jesus. He's going to feed. Jesus was no gunner. He would feed.
Absolutely.
So I don't know who offends me more. You or the Lakers, Fez. You or the Lakers.
I'm just saying...
First of all, how come you think magic isn't dead? Jesus. There you go.
Winning wasn't that big for Jesus.
He won the hearts and minds of an fucking entire white planet. Every white person out there. And some blacks, Earl. Don't get offended. The fucking houses once are with us on that.
Plus, when he wanted to take over that temple, remember how pissed off he gets? It's all about...
Everybody always goes back to the temple.
But it's about...
a big thing.
Right.
That was an aberration. You know it and I know it. He never did that before or since.
No, it was about motivation. It was about getting that competitive drive instilled into Jesus.
I don't even know whether he'd be a basketball player. I see him as a long-distance runner. A guy who's willing to get out there and just fucking... just wear everybody else out. I see him as a marathon man. Very nice stride on him. Tall, thin, good stride, great cardiovascular. I don't have to go on about the way the guy was built. He was ripped, sinewy. You know, he didn't go for big muscles, but incredible six-pack on him.
I would see him as a swimmer, but I don't know if he would have gotten in the water.
Why wouldn't he?
He would have just maybe stayed on top.
Maybe ran across it. I can see him as a diver. Jesus diving. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to put his hair up in a cap.
That's zero splash there.
Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys. I think Phil knows Jesus wouldn't help out because every time he's touching the Gatorade, it's turning into wine. You can't play drunk.
It just made me stay on top.
I don't want to get involved in that. Paul, you're running Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ron, I wanted to ask Earl, Dave, and Fez, who claim to be Christians, why is it they sit around and mock Jesus Christ like almost every show?
I brought that up to Fez today, too. I go, there's not a day that you don't feel the need to blaspheme. I brought that... Did I not say that to you before the show today, Fez?
Yes, you did, but I don't understand how talking about Jesus as an athlete was mocking or blaspheming.
You said that he wasn't a winner. You called him a loser.
No, he's not a character in some movie or show. He was God in the flesh who died for your sins, and that's it. You want to talk about Jesus, then talk about who he is and what he did, not about some hypothesis.
But as a ball player, I don't see the guy missing. I really don't. I think the outside shooting alone is going to stun people. I mean, when you can shoot 100% threes, that's dominating.
He was very smooth. And what people don't realize about Jesus, the coordination was out of this league. So, yeah, he would be knocking down.
You know what I would love to do if I was a ref at least once? I'd have to blow the whistle and yell, Jesus walks. Just to try, and I would yell it out so everybody would get the big laugh out of it.
Well, I'll be praying for you, Dave. I'll be praying for you, Fez, and Earl, because you know it's wrong. You know what you're doing is wrong,
Paul,
man.
I agree with you. And not one of these guys ever seems to stand up for the Lord.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see him taking a stand and saying, "Hey, listen, this isn't right. We're trying to, we're poking fun, but when it boils down to it, this is blasphemy." And not one.
How is it blasphemy, Paul? You explain to me how it's blasphemy.
You called Jesus the junk man, going after just stray things and afraid to really box anybody out.
That was you.
Whatever. But you didn't say anything.
So Jesus never did anything human. Never did a human thing.
He didn't play b-ball.
He never played a game as a kid growing up in Nazareth or anything.
Is that in a book anywhere?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure there were, school kids kind of.
What's he going to play? Tag? He's Jesus. He had a lot of stuff on his mind.
But isn't Jesus
Red Rover, let Jesus come over?
But isn't Jesus all-encompassing? Like, I hear all the time, they're like, you see the sun. God is my co-pilot. God is,
That annoys me. I think that's blasphemy. He'd be pilot. Why would he be co-pilot for anybody?
All I'm saying is the serious nature of what Jesus came to do is not in any way to be mocked at all, even if it's unintentional.
There you go, Fez. How do you stand up to that?
Because it's not mocking to talk about Jesus as a human.
You said that he couldn't swim, that he would have bounced off the water.
Right?
He didn't. 100% of the time, he wasn't walking on water, Fez.
No, he was able to get baptized.
Thank you.
He went in
you
the
act
river
like
then.
the man never had his foot in a puddle.
Yeah, but we're just using analogies more than anything else. We're not saying
it's blasphemy.
I wasn't.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you're spending your time making analogies, why don't you spend that time sharing the good news of Jesus Christ instead of making analogies?
Yeah, where's that at, Earl? You never do that.
Well, but you try to use that in everyday terms to draw people to that faith.
Oh, listen, you're trying to draw people in.
No, I'm not.
You're like one of the Cosby kids. Jumping up and down. Oh, Paul.
Do is open the Bible.
You're dead on, Paul, with these three. You're dead on.
I am.
Right on, Ronnie.
Wait.
All right, my friend.
God bless, guys.
God bless you. God bless you, sir. Lee, you're on Fez.
Hey, boys, Jesus was Jewish, so he ain't playing basketball. He could be maybe a good accountant or something.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen a lot of good Jewish guards. I don't care what anybody tells me. I know a couple Jewish kids that could shoot the lights out. Shoot the lights out.
Gotcha. Bob Cousy, I think, has a little bit of Jewishness in him.
What does that mean, a little bit of Jewishness? You're either in or you're out. That's
I'm not sure if he is 100% Jewish.
And maybe you ought to look into it before you start yelling out about Cousy. The way you yell out about Christ. You hand it your ass, Fez.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Hand it your ass.
He's just yelling blasphemy. He couldn't even say how it was blasphemous. There was no in that conversation.
You're talking about Jesus in a droopy pair of shorts out playing ball on the West Coast, a team that is not even 500.
Blasphemy is if you were denying that he was the Lord and Savior.
That's not the only kind of blasphemy.
What's the other kind?
You start talking about things that mock out the Lord. That's blasphemy.
There was nothing mocking about talking about Jesus and his abilities.
You said that he was a loser, that he couldn't go to the boards, that he laid down for the Romans.
He did let himself be crucified.
Here's Brad. Brad, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies. I was going to say is, man, from what I know and what I've researched, Jesus really wasn't into the pro ball. He was a street ball player, but I don't know if you guys know this, one of the best shortstops in the game ever played.
First of all, again, that's blasphemy. I don't want to put up with it. But if anything, I think Jesus would have played center field.
Oh, I doubt.
And I'll tell you something else.
Yeah.
It'd been where triples go to die, my friend, because Jesus would have been phenomenal center fielder.
I see him more as a pitcher. More as just a dominating left-handed screwball.
Left-handed?
But absolutely,
no
Jesus.
one ever... Left-handed, check it out, that's the devil's hand. Now, again, more blasphemy, Fez.
I think he was
that I agree with. There's no way Jesus was the lefty.
I think he was a switch hitter. I think he could go from either side of the plate and deep. I'm not saying that, but you're not. If you have Jesus on your team, you're not just going to play him every fourth game. You're going to make sure he's in the lineup every single day. And I don't see him, honest to God, batting him fourth. I see him as third because I think he want to also take advantage of his speed. And he's going to protect the guy behind him. Hey, Scott, you're on Fez.
I see Jesus as like an X-game competitor, like a snowboarder. He's got the hair, he's got the goatee.
I just don't see him out there doing that stuff.
I don't see it. I mean, the guy never grew up around any snow.
I don't see him wearing tats. I don't see Jesus Christ wearing tats.
You're both wrong. His biggest thing was versatility. It was the ability to adapt. So I think Jesus would absolutely make a beautiful snowboarder.
Where do you ever hear about his ability to adapt? He was trying to change the way
ability to adapt.
was.
He's able to walk on water one day, multiply fish the other, raise this guy's
fish.
Multiply fish and bread.
What, you sitting there saying he's doing his times tables with fish? Kyle, you're on a Fez.
Yeah, well, Jesus was also black, so he would definitely be a great basketball player.
You know, how Earl always tries to take credit for the Egyptians? Well, on Rome now, all the Egyptians are black. Black as Earl.
Yeah, except for Cleopatra.
Well, she's high yellow. You want to do any more Blasphemy, Fez, or could we move on?
I guess we could move on, but there was no blasphemy today.
Jeff, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows from the movie Major League that Jesus can't hit a curveball. You need to go with Joe Boo in that spot.
I'm going to tell you right now, my friend. You ain't going to see Jesus with his foot in his bucket. Jesus will take the curveball to the opposite field. And I don't doubt it for a second. I think the only thing you can probably get Jesus on is a sinker. I think you're going to try to get him ground out, because you ain't going to strike him out.
I don't know about that.
What do you know about anything? Why don't you put your PJs on and go wait at home for Casey?
I'm not a hermaphrodite, though. That's
John, you're on Ron and Fez. Don't step on me when I'm going
Ron,
to John.
what's up? Hey,
yeah.
Fezzy. What's up, Buttercup? Hey, Jesus was a golfer, man. He was a gallery favorite. He could play the water and just twist a ball into the hole when he needed to on the green.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and have anybody call Jesus gay. And basically everybody who golfs is gay. And I don't want the Lord thrown into that.
I think he would have liked the walking.
I see him as a cart guy. Steve, you're on Run Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, I got to disagree with Fezzy there. I don't think that Jesus would make a good swimmer. I mean, he's got those big holes in his hands and his feet.
Oh, jeez. I forgot about that. I think we were talking Jesus before, not after.
Yeah.
Because there's a good point. I mean, you're not going to be able to do the butterfly unless you've got the full span of your hands. More blasphemy for you, Fez? Hey, should I get a Bible, Fez, and let you write on it with lipstick?
I am not going to write. I'm not going to deface a Bible.
Well, you need to face in the name of the Lord today. Callers caught it, and I kind of picked up on it myself.
It's just a conversation of how Jesus would have excelled in today's sports. Knowing his ability, what his build seemed to be. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing there saying the Lord is not, that Jesus is not Lord.
No, but you're still mocking him out a little bit. Making fun of him. Oh, I'm sorry you had to hear it. I see Jesus as a wide receiver, though. Unbelievable hands. And leaping ability, which really a lot of people never think about. Great leaping ability. Jeff, you're on Fez.
Yeah, Jesus was on the Pro Dreidel Tour. He won the 15 and 16 World Series of Dreidel tournament.
See? That doesn't seem like blasphemy to you, Fez?
No. I bet Jesus did play with a dreidel.
Oh.
He was Jewish.
Oh, Jesus. Matt, you're on Fez.
Even if he was just a trainer, he would change the face of the game. No injuries, no rotator cuff, no ACL, tendons, all that stuff.
I consider that cheating. Seriously, now you're acting like the Lord cheated. And there's no proof of that. There's no proof of whatsoever. Smoke, you're on Fez.
What up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, you think Lefty could strike out Jesus as fast as he throws meat?
I'm going to tell you right now, and this is not blasphemy, but Jesus would be very lucky to go 2 out of 10 against Steve Carlton.
Wait, what?
2 out of 10. I'm saying he's going to get his hits, but he is going to find himself in a battle. You never saw Carlton pitch.
I saw him.
All right, I'm going to fucking tell you right now, I'm not fucking Fred. I'm not going to let people sit around and blaspheme Steve Carlton. I'll dig your fucking eye out, send you back to Casey that way.
If you think Jesus won't be a 300 hitter...
Oh, let me tell you this. You think Jesus could have won fucking 27 games with a team that won 60? That's fucking bullshit, my friend.
He did miracles. What do you mean he couldn't win
I
twice?
consider that a miracle. 27 fucking wins for the team that has nothing? And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm talking about a team that was drawing 12,000 every game except for when Carlton pitched. And then there'd be 55,000 fucking souls showing up in that stadium knowing they were going to see a goddamn win. Don't sit here and run Lefty down to me. And he did it with a catcher that he carried on his back who batted like lifetime 204. And that fucker's still hanging around the game because of Steve Carlton. That son of a bitch before every game should say, I'm only announcing tonight because Steve Carlton kept me in the game for an extra decade.
Jesus' battery partner was Judas.
All right, you know what? Again, see what was going on here, Fez. He's trying to be silly like you. He's trying to be blasphemous like you. I'm at the end of my fucking rope right now, Fez, with the blasphemy talk.
Jesus could have been an athlete. I'm
talking about Steve Carlton right now. I'm talking about something.
That one.
I'm talking about something important. I'm talking about Lefty. Oh, this goddamn show. It's like doing it with a fucking... You know, I feel like a Girl Scout leader some days. Like I got a bunch of girls in this car. Paul, you're on Fez.
How you doing, guys? Jesus was the quarterback. Who else could throw a Hail Mary?
You happy now, Fez? John, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I see Jesus as being more of like a Wayne Gretzky type. Not a penalty minutes, but he's always giving out that spot for the big assist.
You know what? I might walk out on this show. I'm not going to sit around and listen to people run down Steve Carlton. It's still in the back of my head, Earl.
No, I understand.
All right, I didn't grow up with the fucking Yankees, all right? I didn't have like, I wonder when we're winning the series this year. It wasn't given to me, all right?
Okay. I understand that. And nobody ever talks about that. 27 games.
Thank you, Earl.
Nobody ever wins 20. Nobody wins 20 games
Bullshit.
Anymore.
These guys now go to the All-Star games winning 15. I don't even understand it. You can pick up a Cy Young these days winning 16, 17 games. I'm talking 27 fucking wins. I think the team won something like 65 or 60, some ridiculously small number. Ridiculous.
And he finished the game. None of the 6-inning nonsense.
Thank you, Earl.
I just think...
Don't you start on me. Don't you start on me.
Okay, but
I'm telling you right now.
One last point.
I'm telling you make this point, bro, and you're going to be fucking sorry. You got me at the edge. All right? I'm fucking redlining right now. I'm redlining. Marty, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
I think what you're going to have to worry about is on the road, and you're going to get one of these night before the Super Bowl Eugene Robinson deals, because if James Cameron has taught us anything, is that the guy had a soft spot for whores.
This is your way. This is not blasphemy to you, Fez.
That's blasphemy, because Mary Magdalene was not a whore.
She was a nice girl from a nice family.
Nice girl, nice family. She's a hooker.
That's not blasphemy. You just called his wife a hooker. Dan, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
I see Jesus more as a NASCAR driver, just some fucking drunken mullet head.
Are you happy, Fez? This is where you've pushed the show today. First, you put down Jesus. Then, this guy last night who found himself at Pajama Party 2007 makes a run at Steve Carlton. Well, that shit don't flush on this fucking show, my friend. That is not going to happen.
Right, it's just
You know what I want to do after the show today?
Yeah.
We're going to blow off the Free FM show. I'm going to fucking drive you up to Cooperstown, and you're going to sit and look at the bust of that man. And look at his fucking greatness. And I guarantee you, your eyes will well up. Your eyes will well up as you stand there and look at him. You know your problem? Your daddy babied you. Your daddy babied you. Taking you to Yankee games.
With all due respect to Mr. Carlton.
I don't even want you to say. I really, seriously. I'm at the end of my fucking rope right now. I'm going out of my mind. Matt, you're on Fez.
Ronnie, I hope you get to write off these 3 dependents at the end of the year.
It's driving me nuts.
And the other, it's just fucking unbelievable. And then, you know what? Do we learn anything from Stephen Baldwin? Jesus would have been a skateboarder, and he would be skating right now into our hearts.
Well, Stevie Baldwin did say that Jesus was extreme. And he did say that he was a tough guy. I don't know where he's getting it from. Do you, Earl?
I could see the analogy somewhat, because he was going against common convention at the time, which was pretty brave, and he did it right until the cross.
So you see him more as a boxer. You think that he's going to get in there and box? I mean, how do you think Jesus would do against Buddha? I'll tell you right now. If I'm Jesus, I'm fighting Buddha. It's stick and move, wear him down. Do not get inside with Buddha, because the man, short arms, but a lot of power right there. Basically, you're looking at like an Ernie Shavers type fighter, Buddha.
No, I would have done more rope-a-dope. I would just let him wear himself out.
Oh, you don't want to take those kind of hits from Buddha. Big, thick son of a bitch. Now, on the other hand, if you're looking at Muhammad, I'd worry about the clinch and the headbutt. I honestly think you'd take a headbutt from Muhammad.
That would probably happen. Buddha, going back to the rope-a-dope, I would see Buddha just really putting his weight up against Jesus on the ropes.
Yeah, that's why you stick and move.
Yeah.
Stick and move. You put the head out there, you make him wear himself out, and then you just, roundhousing.
Work the inside a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Buddha doesn't have a lot of drive either. He's content to sit.
I don't think Jesus would lose to any other idol except for that Hindu elephant with all the arms. I don't know how you beat that guy. I don't know what his name is.
Vishnu?
God bless you. 866-RUN-0-FEZ, 866-RUN-0-FEZ. Still dealing with it. Haven't lost it yet, huh, Fez?
No, that was the Indian god.
David, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I'm sure they're just fine people, but do you really think the Son of God couldn't take the son of Mr. and Mrs. Carlton?
I don't think there's a chance, my friend. And I've seen the best hitters of his generation look like fucking school children against. I'm talking about a guy called Lefty. You say the word Lefty, guys in both leagues know who you're talking about. Lefty. There's quite a few left-handed ball players in the history of the game, and still to this day, 100 years or whatever we are into baseball, you say Lefty, and everybody knows who you're talking about. And I'm talking about here, South America, Japan. Whatever Lefty means in Japan, you say it, and they're going, oh, Carlton.
The thing is,
don't do it, bro. Okay. Don't do it. Fez, you better talk to your boy. There's certain things I don't want to be fucked with about, and this is one of them.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm trying to bring a point to you about
It can't be about that, seriously.
Okay.
Seriously. You've taken it too far.
Okay. Can I make a point about Jesus?
Why do you feel the need? Where's your name on this show?
I just wanted to...
Where's your name on this show?
It's
Is
not
Fez
on.
feeling healthy today?
Yeah.
Then let him fucking talk.
Okay.
Someday, after his heart attack, will I make the Ron and Dave show? No. I'm going to go out and find someone strong. And I'll still let you pick up sandwiches. But until that day, on a day Fez feels strong, why don't you let him talk? I've seen you interrupt him 19 times today.
Oh, no. I just wanted to say something about... Never mind. I was just trying to defend Jesus. But I will stop now. Gonna stop talking.
Fezzy, this is what you did with this conversation of yours.
I thought it was an intelligent conversation, and it was Phil Jackson that brought it up.
Why don't you get in this conversation instead of letting him speak for you? It's like you brought a fucking interpreter even though you speak English.
It was Phil Jackson that said even if Jesus came back and played for the Lakers, they still couldn't win. This is where this all came from. And I just don't think winning is big on Jesus' mind. I don't know if he would have played organized sports.
Well, he's not going to play disorganized sports. Corey, you're on Run Fez.
Jesus, I don't know if anybody knows this, was quite the figure skater. He could walk on water, sure, but that guy could really glide on the ice.
See, that one I would disagree with. Again, saying Jesus was probably not around all that much ice.
Doesn't mean he couldn't do it.
No.
Just because he wasn't around it doesn't mean he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He picks things up like that. I can't put up with the blasphemous talk. Run a Fez show.